Here's the real about actually needing to be on set. It never happens at the right time. It always happens at the time when you're like, oh my God, I've got a million different things happening and now I need to like actually get ready to be on set. So in my scheme of things today, I taught a yoga class this morning. I went ahead and walked the dogs. I am about to do my entire hair while I memorize my script. And then I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to record an audition. I'm going to go to the set to take my wardrobe fitting. From my wardrobe fitting, I'm going to stop at a Starbucks, take an office hours call for my business, The Membership with Sam Valentine. From there, I'm going to get in the car and go drive across the city to go to the premiere of a short film that I AD'd on. And that is today. And then I'm going to come back home and record the other audition because I only have enough time to record one of them today. That is the real. So here's the breakdown of the truth about booking something. It's never at the right time. And the best thing we can do is just be excited for it, work our things out, have a flexible schedule and move through it. So I want to show you what it's like to actually have to straighten my hair. I'm back. Let's get this hair ready. I've got my script right here. I'm going to be using this to memorize for the audition that I'm going to tape after I finish my hair. Let's take this step by step. Actually not ironically, this is like divine timing. That the audition that I have, this is leave-in conditioner. I know people are going to ask me what this is. Leave-in conditioner. Weedad is what I end up using. I've tried a bunch of leave-in conditioners. They end up being super heavy on my hair. I like how light this one is and it's just easy to layer in, especially because I end up wearing my hair straight sometimes for fun and also for bookings. And I don't need it to be weighed down. I need to be able to put all the other products I have. I obviously need to order another one. All the other products I have into my hair to keep it straight. And when I add products to my hair, it makes it heavier and heavier. So this is leave-in. I put it in my entire hair. And from there, I'm going to separate it. Now I've already detangled all of my hair. So the easiest way to separate it for me is like front and back. So I'm going to do my little part with my hands here. Front. I'll take all of her. I like to twist the sections because when I twist these sections, it keeps them from getting even more tangly. And then I'll take this twist and I'll do this really, really cute number where I pin curl it around and I have tiny little clips that I can put in it. Okay, now from this is still way too much to start to straighten. So from here, I will separate this into a second section and do the same thing with that second section where I split it in half, twist it around. Again, just to keep those tangles away. And then from here, we will pin curl it as well, as high up as I can get it so that it's not in the way when I start to do the blow dry. I'm gonna use a bigger clip for this one because it's closer to the blow dryer, so it has a tendency to get tangled. Now I have just this bit that I'd like to work through for straightening. So what I was saying is that I'm grateful because this audition can have straight hair. I've got 2 auditions back to back. And sometimes it has to be curly and then I've got to straighten my hair for something else like a wardrobe fitting. And I'm like, how am I going to fit all this in? But today I don't have to worry about that. It's can be straight. Before we get started, I'm going to use this Wow Dream Coat. It is the best for keeping my hair straight. I do it from the top all the way down to the bottom on each section. And then I brush it through, which I need a brush. Where is my brush? Nope, not down there. Can you tell that she is new to making vlogs? I'm liking this idea. So brushing it through, leave-in conditioner and that Wow stuff. Brushing it through to make sure that it goes through evenly into my curls. All right. I also have pattern heat protector. Same thing. 1, 2. And I'll disperse that again when I go to the straightening portion, but I like to get just a bit in there for the blow dryer. And then I'll take this section one more time, separate it again, and this one I'll just do a full twist. And I want this as far out of my way as possible. So this camera is making me look nice and beautiful, but look at this right there. All right, let's get the best product ever. This guy is thebomb.com. My only complaint is that this thing is so heavy and my outlets are over the sink. And that makes me very nervous. So let me just move my toothbrush out of the way. One day I'll have this beautiful content filming bathroom where I don't have to move a thing. I can just let it be. Till then, we're here. So let's turn this puppy on. And the important part about this is it's got this blow dryer. where I can use it to really get the root straight, and then from there I'll go down the rest of the hair. You want to blow dry it first, then you can actually take the same thing and straighten it. Sometimes this doesn't get as straight as I want, so I'll over bump it with a regular straightener too. So we'll see how it goes today. Cleaning. Let's change her to, oh, it's already there, wet, so we're good. Hold in here. Straggler. Brushing that out. Ooh, Tangle City. So we've gotten it a little bit straight. Again, memorizing my lines this entire time. Okay, it's dry, so I could take it from here and straighten it, but I'm gonna switch it over to the drying one, and then I can change the heat, put it at the lowest heat for right now. Let's straighten this sucker. Oh yeah, getting there, getting there, getting there. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if for this one, if I should go to like dry bar and get my hair straightened. That's what I would do normally, but I just honestly didn't have the time. And I'm like, it's just a wardrobe fitting. Not just a wardrobe fitting, you know what I mean? But like, my hair doesn't have to be perfect for this. It will need to be next Friday when we're filming. So I think while I'm doing this and noticing I can't get it as great as the professionals, that I absolutely will be going to dry bar to get them to straighten it, but it'll work for right now. Save some money. I'm so interested to see what they do with that too, because technically this is supposed to be a hair test, I'm pretty sure. And I should be getting paid money to go get my hair done. But nobody reached out about that. Not a surprise. I'm sure they've got a lot on their books. Okay, so here's how straight we got it with that product. Hopefully you can see it with that product. It's still not as straight as I'd like it, so I'm gonna get the actual straightener and bump through it. Smaller sections, smaller sections. Wouldn't it be nice if I just had like a whole vanity and all I had to do was leave everything plugged in and move through the sections. All right, this one, when I bought it, you better turn, okay, you better turn. When I bought it, it was like, this is a one-pass hair straightener. Like a one-pass hair straightener, tell me more. She's like, yeah, you only have to go through your hair one time with it. You lie! I also keep it lower, so it's got these dots on the side of it. All the way up to 5 is like the highest. Typically keep it at like 3 or 4. Whenever I go back into it to bump it out throughout the week, I'll do it at like 2 or 3. I try my best to keep the heat super low because obviously with curls, my curls bounce back, but I'm not straightening it all the time. Back in the day, when your girl used to straighten her hair all the time, woo! I didn't have any curls. Now, I try not to straighten it too frequently. I think the last time I straightened it was in February, so like a month and a half ago. And try to protect it with low heat as much as possible and heat protectant. Speaking of the devil, gonna hit it again. Little heat protectant. Feeling like I should have worn a white shirt for you guys to see more, but oh well. Here we go. Oh yeah. See, look at how much cleaner that is. If you see any steam, it's the heat protectant. Don't flip, promise you it's the heat protectant. Again, I'll take these into small sections so I can get it as straight as I can. Already so much better on one side than the other. Oh yeah! She is looking good. She is looking good. Since I got it so straight at the roots with the blow dryer, I don't have to worry about getting the straightener super close to the roots. Just like the worst part about straightening our hair is getting it close. Ah! That just burned me. There you go, getting it close to the roots. It's not even on the hottest one, but I already burned myself. Just like comes with the territory. You just like have to know you're gonna get yourself burned. Ayy! Ayy! All right, you see that? One pass, that's all. Yeah, right. It helps me get in the character, I'll be honest. It's kind of nice. Unplug straightener and go back to the blow dryer. This next section, I think it is this one right here. Separating it just to make sure I've gotten the roots straight as I can. You know what? I don't think I put the special sauce on this. Brush it in, back to it. The ends always are a little bit nippy, so I'll hold this here and get into it with the blow dryer. That helps it stay straight from curling up, and I can just focus on the blow dryer. Then I'll go back through and use the straightener portion of it. Hit it with a little bit of this straightener on here on the wet setting, because I know not all of my hair got completely dry. So I'm gonna keep it on the wet setting. Okay, straightened. We'll go back through it with the straightener, but let's get that other section. Where did she go? Ooh, ooh, this is her own section. There she is. Miss America showing up. Look at those ends, you see? They always want to fuck around. Come on, Dyson, get them hands. And there's too much Cowboy Carter and think she is also a country singer. Okay, powered off. We have all of this that we need to go through and hit with the straightener. You can see the difference. Straighten, not straighten. It's a lot more bigger. A lot more bigger. It's a lot bigger. And we wait for it to heat up again while we memorize our lines. Separating this section again. Not too shabby. This one had a little bit of a curl, so I'm just going back over it. Make sure it is straight at the root. These ends, man, I'm definitely gonna have to go to a professional so they can get those ends looking better. Maybe even go to the girl who cuts my hair curly and see if she will cut it straight just to line it up. Because when you cut your hair curly, you cut it for the curls. And so typically when you end up doing something like straightening your hair, you'll find that pieces don't line up, which is totally normal. You know, curls like to sit different spaces each day, whereas straight hair tends to quote unquote behave a little bit more. I think that's why I used to think it'd be easier just to have straight hair. Minus the fact that the media was showing me no other images besides straight hair all the time, but I felt like it was easier to maintain. And I actually think curly hair is easier to maintain. Hot take, hot take! Because I could pop in the shower, throw product in my hair, and let it air dry. I can't do that with my straight hair. I mean, I could let it air dry, but it wouldn't be straight. But then on the back end, it is easier to just like leave your hair straight and not, oh, my coffee arrived. Might have to make a coffee and not have to like reset it with the curls every single night. Oh my God. Look how long she is. They are absolutely, if they try to match this to what I used to be, they're gonna have to cut it, which is going to devastate me. I hope I can talk them into not cutting it. I could do that. I could be in my power and I could say like, hey, I actually would rather not cut it. It's been 5 years. 5 years since I've taped this. I feel like I said that every single time. Okay, second section done. We are severely behind time on what I said I was gonna do, but we're just gonna keep trucking along because this is important. Ah, tangle. It's important to me to have my hair looking super great for the wardrobe fitting over having to rush the audition. The audition really isn't much. It's a character that feels very accessible to me. And I'm gonna record it with Sam. And she's always so there for me during recording that I think we can knock it out in 30 minutes. That's kind of what we've allotted for this. But if I'm gonna get ready, I wanna make sure that I am like fully ready so I can finish taping and go straight from taping to the wardrobe fitting. Ideally in the same outfit. All right, let's separate these into sections so we can blow dry her. Like a gymnastics game with your hand. How many things can you hold tension on, but also keep your grip strength and not make your forearms tired? I think I might have missed a section. Okay, so here's the top of this, and we did miss this section over here, so we'll come back to her. I should figure out a better way to layer them. Look at that difference. Curly, straight. Oh, and this isn't even like curly, right? Like it's been pooled because I've been brushing through it and putting product into it, but it's still such a difference. The shrinkage is real. The key is really, truly to take it in smaller sections. I'm always like, I don't have the time. And then I pay for it in the end. There we go. She is poofy. Also, don't want to put the straightened portion separated with the wet portion, so I just kind of try to clip it to this other clip. There's no science about this. You guys have asked me a million times to make a video about my hair. I'm like hesitant because I'm like, I don't actually have any like science behind this. This is just what works for me. I'm appreciative that I started earlier this year in figuring out how to straighten my hair again from home. Because there was a whole time of my life where if I had to get it straightened, I would just go to Dry Bar. I mean, even back when I was filming the show last time, I went to Dry Bar to get it done before everything. Before the wardrobe fitting, before the table read, before PR, before the filming. And I kind of learned my lesson that that can be a lot of money and I shouldn't have to do that. So I was like, let me start working on my hair straight because I also want to wear it for some auditions straight. And I've gotten a good amount of auditions that I've kept my hair straight for. It's actually worked out each time that I've straightened it, that I've gotten an audition that I could use it straight. Sometimes it feels like I'm deceiving my curls, but I've always wanted hair like Tracee Ellis Ross has hair. You know, she wears it all these different ways. And I'm still working on getting to Bantu knots and braids and all the other options that in my head I can't pull off. Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna have to go through some type of therapy for why I feel like I can't pull off things with my hair when I can, but such a journey, right? It's never just straightening your hair. It always has so much more to come with it. Okay, let's get this other section. Feels like I haven't made any progress, and I know I've made a lot of progress. My goal was to be done by 12. It's 11:50. It's not happening. We still have the whole front part of my hair, but if I could be done by 12:30, I'll take it. Pop my chicken tenders in the oven, put my makeup on, eat, and tape. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. That's why I thought I should do this yesterday. Then you gotta wrap it when you sleep. You gotta make sure that I would still have to re-straighten it again. I'm like, I wanna do less amount of times of straightening it as possible. I'm getting hungry. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Woo! I'm starting to get more here. I don't want to do too tight of twists because then it will start to be a little bit more like ringlety. That's not what I'm trying to do, especially because there's a little bit of heat on it. But I am just going to do this and then take this clip her out of the way while we blow dry this girl. Just remembered I didn't brush my teeth this morning. Sometimes I just start to think about how busy the day is going to be and it makes me feel super overwhelmed. And I feel really guilty because I'm like, people would be so grateful, but I'm overwhelmed. The other thing, sometimes when I straighten my hair, the back will be so much straighter and nicer, and then the front will be like, eh, because by the time I got to it, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But she will persevere. She has something legit that she needs it to be straightened for, not just because she's doing it for fun. Feels good, feels good, feels good, feels good. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. Look at her. You know, it would be funny if I show up and they're like, actually, we were thinking she was gonna do curly hair this time around. I'd be like, what? What? They wouldn't. They asked for my pictures. That's a cool thing to talk about. They asked for pictures this time around to be able to like fill our space, our house with. So it looks like it's our house and not a staged house. And so they wanted pictures over the years and I had to go back on my Facebook album. Yes, I said Facebook album and find pictures, which like, why did we take all of our pictures like this in Facebook? I don't know. I guess every generation has their thing. Like maybe Gen Z is always this, but like ours was so not pretty. Like, and everything is what my face looks like. I was like that or I was like this and everything. I thought it was hot shit. Moving on up to the top of my head. We just have these two guys to get through. What? Did I just get that on the lens? She might have. Look, now I'm doing it towards my iPad. Oh my gosh. Get it together, baby. I'm telling you, if you can't get the root straight, you're gonna be funny because that's the first thing that ends up getting curly when you sweat, but it's also the first thing that will take away the length of the straight hair and will make it more poofy. Because if the roots aren't straight, it's not gonna lie flat. It's gonna be giant and poofy, which we don't want. I mean, I do want sometimes, but not for. Again, the straightener's only at 3 and it's doing great. There's no reason for it to be at 5. There was like a time in high school where it was the hotter the better. It was like there were straighteners that went up to 500. And to be honest, this one might even go to 500 too. I just don't ever put it at 5. Oh, maybe that's what it is. 5 is for 500. That tracks. Yeah, so I guess it would be at 300 right now. You know what would help if I had read the directions, but I didn't. So it was like 500 was the hottest straightener you could get. Everybody had it, and we were just burning our hair off. And now I've learned it's not even in the straightener, it's more so in the blow drying method that you use. If you can use the blow dryer as an actual tool, you can get it pretty straight, and then the straightener just comes in as like a top portion. All right, I think we finished the whole back of my head. Let's brush through it. Oh yeah, she feels good and fresh. She's still getting poofy, so I'll put some oil on her. I think she'll be fine for the wardrobe fitting. Didn't think we'd ever get here, but we did. Okay, so looks like we've got 2 sections here. Still want to keep them in 2 sections because I want to keep my middle part. Oh, I probably should do a side part for. Yeah, I think I should do a side part. She was a side part girl. So let's do a side part. You know what? First, I'm just going to separate them. And then I can do the side part when I get closer towards the front portions. But same thing here. They're already a little bit dry. So I'm going to twist them again. That way I don't have to go back through this and detangle. Makes my life so much easier. Here we go. And we're going to take a section here. Twist, twist, twist. And focus on that front section. Still memorizing lines, by the way. Under hairs, like the baby hairs that have grown out, they need a bit more attention. Here, not as straight as I'd like, so I'm gonna go in deeper with my mirror. It's a tiny straightener they use on set for that. I just don't trust myself because it is so small. I'm always scared that I'm going to burn myself. You can still see there's a little bit of a bump here, so I'm gonna hit it with the Dyson again. Starting to not be able to tell which part's frizzy and which part's straight, so adding a little bit of hair oil. This is literally from Hair Story, which I love. They're like, it's all in one bag of shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in conditioner that you can use while you're in the shower, which is 1, so efficient, but 2, takes up so much less space, and you can recycle the bag. It's great. So about their hair oil, I'm always finding new oils. Some are too heavy, some are too light. This one seems to be a good in between, and it works both with curly and with straight hair, which is also a problem. I'll have one that works really well for curly hair, but not for straight, or vice versa. And I can go back over this oil the same way, and it will pick up those ends a little bit better, so I can see. Still not gonna make my 12:30 time. I need to turn on the oven so I can start getting my chicken tenders to cook. Stole some grapes so I can eat through this massacre. All right, last bit for this side. The front, I have no idea why, but it's always easier to blow dry and straighten. I don't know if it's because it's thinner with the front, because we mess with our front of our hair so much more frequently than the other side, but it just goes by faster. Or maybe I'm doing that thing I said that I was gonna do where I get bored. And I'm like, I'm done with this. I don't want to spend as much time on it. Okay. We've gotten one side done. Just the other side to go, and I can eat my chicken tenders and my salad. And keep going over these lines, memorizing the second script. So now that we've gotten that section, same thing. Little light twist. I don't want it to get stuck looking a certain way. And I'll just pin it, and we will undo this side over here and hopefully finish her up in 7 minutes. Here's what I've allotted myself. I still need to do my makeup. Oh my gosh. I can do it. I can do the makeup in 20 minutes. I've done it before. I can do it again. Let's just get the hair done. We don't need 30 minutes to eat. What am I thinking? It's like a regular break. I can eat in 15. We can do this. We can do this. Because I still gotta like figure out what I'm gonna wear for this character. I think I finished the lines, by the way, while we're doing it here. Gotten the lines memorized. I think I'm gonna wear my suit, which feels like it might be too much to show up to set in. So I might have to switch. My brain can't help but start to think about what's gonna happen when I get to set, what my wardrobe's gonna be. Makes me very excited. Also a little nervous, but also excited. This is the easy part, right? Just showing up to set and letting them try. Oh! There's always this one gray hair that likes to pop out, and she's back. Can the camera pick her up? I don't know. I only see her when it's straight. That also feels like she might be a different one. Maybe I have 2 gray hairs? I'm only 34. I'm not old enough for gray hair. I know that's not true. I know people, my husband has had gray in his beard since like 24. Getting somewhere again. Those, ooh, just burned my face. Those under layers are always so tricky. So I like to separate them in that small section so I can get them really focused on being straight. And then we'll come back to that other section. Last time I went to a wardrobe fitting for, well, a couple times, they've been a little bit of different ways. One was like at the actual stages. They had like a rack and a changing room for me, but you still had to show up to like the main set, which before was in, but today it says it's, which is better for me because it's only for me to get to. Way better to be able to like edit my audition and get there in time. I got to budget in 15 minutes extra, which I did do last time. I always get to set early, even when it's a wardrobe fitting, and I'll just stop at a coffee shop nearby or sit in my car and do something because I do not know what it's like to get there. And sometimes you can just walk right into a wardrobe fitting and they don't have any issues with you getting in. But when you're on a big set like you have to go through security. I'll get a little badge that says my name. I'll get a little badge that says my name. Kind of trying to remind myself to be excited. It's not that I'm not excited, but sometimes it feels like it's not real until I've seen it on TV. That's not okay, right? Like it is real for sure, but for some reason, my brain doesn't like me to know that it's real in case if something happens, I think. I've only gotten cut out of a TV show once, and it sucked. It blows. And I know that a lot of people have gotten cut out of TV shows way more than that. I know that this scene is actually one of the most important scenes. Gosh, I need to take that in. I'm in one of the most important scenes. So they're not going to do that, but I just don't know what to expect. And the unexpected with being an actor feels so intense. I'm officially on script 2, in case you were wondering. The very end of my hair, I've gotten script 1 memorized. Officially on to script 2. Way easier to memorize. I am done with the Big Daddy. Put them away. Let them cool down. And then let's separate her. How you know I'm getting tired. I didn't even pin her back. I just like moved her out of the way. What I was saying is the insecurities about going to set. I think it's not that I don't feel like I'm worthy or that I'm enough. I get nervous that people aren't going to know that. And I don't know why. I feel like I want people to know that. I also carry a lot, and I shouldn't. I carry the weight of being a Black woman on set and wanting to make sure that I am top caliber of talent so that they continue to write roles for Black women. And I want to represent my people. I, as we all know, have a tendency to be defensive, and I don't want to take things the wrong way. But I also don't want to shrink. I don't want to show up and be like, oh, hi, how's everybody doing? No, I don't need anything. No water, no nothing. Like, that's not me. If I want a water, I'm going to get a water. Tell my clients that too. But something about it being gets in your head sometimes. I feel a lot of my feelings that I had the first time I was on the set. And that was before anything. That was before Ordinary Joe, before Long Slow Exhale, before Tom Swift, before Fantasy Island. She was a different human then. And I appreciate her. I love her. She got me far. And now I'm ready to like do her proud. Not me getting emotional while I'm straightening my hair. We're almost there. Still could have taken her this top portion in more sections, but just not into it. I'm ready to be done. What's my timing? 12:34, baby. I did it. Chicken tenders in the oven. We'll put some makeup on and we'll be done. There it is. That is the last bit of straightening for my hair. So now I need to get the side part going. Remember, that's what she had before. Wow, she's back. Make sure we have an even part. A little bit more oil on the rest of my hair, and I'm probably going to leave this straightener out in case I decide to bump it just before the audition, because sometimes it gets a little wild. Now that it's all straight, look at that. It's worth it, and I definitely will be going somewhere else next time. As I'm sitting here thinking about how much time this took, it would be so much better to use this time sitting in a chair and like pouring into me while somebody else does my hair versus me having to do it. So I'm glad I tried it this way. But I'm all about, before being on set, how can you make your life as easy as possible so that you can take everything in? Because I feel this way right now with everything that I've got going on that I can't even take in what's happening today because I want everything to go the way it needs to go and on point so I'm not behind on anything. And I really wish I was just taking in this moment today a little bit more. So I will be getting my hair straightened by somebody else before I film on Friday so that I can sit in that chair and feel really great about it and just let it be a day where I get pampered and taken care of. Probably get my hair straightened, go get my nails done, and make it a whole thing. There she is. Miss is back, ladies and gentlemen, and she is excited to be back on the soundstage making a proud of you, Gabrielle.